back to the very spot where God changed his life. I can take the devil back to the very spot where God changed my life and breathed his breath of life into me and his power and his anointing. There's something wrong if you can't take the devil back to the very spot when you first call on his name and he saved you and baptized you in fire. You're not saved just because I heard a preacher on the radio. He said, well, I'm saved because I read in the Bible it said if you believe. He said, well, I believe, so I'm saved. Well, he's forgetting a few things in the cake mix there, ain't he? It says, except the Spirit of God draw you nigh. It's like the body without the Spirit is dead. Jesus said, my Father has to draw you. He has to draw you to him. You have to feel him knocking on your heart's door. You ain't listening to me. It ain't enough just to believe in God. Even the devil believes and he trembles. I thought about Naaman. The Bible said in the days of Naaman that he was a leopard, and Naaman was a host of the Assyrian army, and by him God has brought great deliverance to the Assyrians because Israel wouldn't line up to what God had said. You know the story. Naaman came to Jesus. Naaman came and said, what can I do to be saved? What did Jesus tell him? You must be what? Born again. But he said, I believe. I believe, Tony. I believe. It ain't enough to just believe. Faith without works is dead. It ain't enough just to read it. You ain't listening to it. I'm preaching good anyhow. It ain't enough to just read it. It ain't enough just to pray about it. You have to become it.
That's right.
You ain't listening to me. Abraham had to take his son and literally get ready to kill him. He didn't just believe, but he had little works too. Somebody said, well, preacher, I'm not saved by works. It's talking about the works of the law. Because the law never saved nobody, did it? Is that right? No, you're not saved by the works of the law. But without works, honey, you won't make it. It ain't enough just to say, I believe. That's right. You ain't listening to me. It ain't enough to just say, I believe. You have to have works with your faith. Faith without works is dead. Dead. Being alone. Thank God that I've had a Damascus Road experience, Brother Michael. A Damascus Road. A life-changing experience. If you've not had a life-changing experience, there's something wrong. This is why some people never have a life-changing experience. They'll come to the altar, they'll cry and sling snot, but they're only sorry for what they've done. You ain't listening to me, or they want God to heal their body or do something for them so they can go back out those doors and continue to do what they've done before. Jesus told the woman, he said, go and sin no more. At least the worser thing come up on you. Talk to me, somebody. At least the worser thing come up on you. I'd be ashamed. I'd be afraid. People using God for what they can get off of him. How many lepers were cleansed, Jesus said? They said 10. He said, where's the 9? Where's the 9 tonight? Look around. Only one of them returned and said, God, I love you. He looked down at his feeble body and knew that he had tried every salve. He had tried every anointing. He had went to every doctor and it did not get no better. And he had reached a point where he knew that if his leprosy ever went away, it had to be a miracle from God. You ain't listening to me, but I'll tell you. That day, all 10 of them came. Jesus spoke a word, and all 10 were healed. Is that right? And that man that tried all of that salve, and tried all of that anointment, and spent all his money trying to get better, looked down and happened to notice, no doubt, probably about a half a mile away, Tony, it was gone. It was gone. And right then, he had his Damascus Road experience, and he come running. He come running back to Jesus, and he fell down, and he said, I know you're the man. Come on, somebody. And Jesus forgave him of his sin and washed him in his soon-to-be shed blood. Give Jesus a hand clap of praise. My God. Where's the 9? They got a miracle, but they didn't have that Damascus Road experience. Honey, thank God for a Damascus Road experience. I had a Damascus Road experience. I knew I couldn't change the things in my life, though I tried. I knew I couldn't quit the evil works I was doing on my own. I had tried and I couldn't. I had tried to live right on my own and I couldn't do it. But once God touched me, the first time, I never forgot it. Thank God He gave me a Damascus Road experience. Thank God for Damascus. Honey, when you had a Damascus Road experience, you'll get crazy serving God. If you look up the word prophet, in the original Hebrew, it says Naba. If you look up the word Naba, you know what it means? Raving lunatic. That's what God gave me. Honey, when He touched me and saved me and set me free and gave me that